This is weird. First time without chat, recording video. Hi everybody and welcome to my first ever YouTube video with an actual webcam. This is a little bit different from what I usually do, different from my Apex content. And in this YouTube video, I would like to address something that I was thinking about to address for some time now. And it's basically kind of like my personal experience and takeaways from streaming and making content for around 4.5 months now. You can take this as my personal experience and a little bit of guide for everybody that is thinking of starting either streaming or making content full-time, let's say. This video will basically go around what I think are the most 3 important factors. Before we actually start, we can look at the data that will be somewhere up here. This is representation of what was going on my stream for the past, let's say, 5 months. So since I decided to go full-time streamer and content creator, this has been 130 days, or altogether 3,168 hours. Out of these 3,168 hours, I have been streaming for 578 hours. And basically being live for these nearly 600 hours, I think it gave me enough experience to share some advices with you. And here goes the top 3 things that I think are very important to consider before becoming a streamer or full-time content creator. Point number 1, think clearly about streaming and about content creation. Now, what I really mean by this is that you should expect as many things happen to you, as many things you're giving out to the platform and to the viewers. No one will assure you that streaming for 10 days, 30 days, 100 days in a row, 10 hours a day, will bring you followers to your channel. This means that your viewers, your followers, your subscribers, they do not owe you anything unless you're putting really hard work into your content. And even then, they're not there to entertain you, it's the other way around. So you really need to change your mindset about this, to not be disappointed after streaming entire day without getting a new follow or without having a new sub from somebody that spends all day in the chat. So really make sure to think clearly of what streaming and content creation is about, that basically there are numerous people online right now on Twitch, on YouTube, on other platforms that are streaming right now. The content is there, the numbers are massive, and nobody owes you anything unless you really put hard work and effort into something. And even then, nobody will grant you that assurance that somebody will come and follow you on the channel, because basically they can just switch to other channel and spend their day there. What I'm trying to say with this one is that content creation is an infinite grind. It was much easier years back. I was not part of this, but I basically know, because I watch YouTube videos and I know how Twitch grew, especially during like the last few months because of the quarantine, COVID, everybody stayed home. A lot of people started to stream, and I know that without having a quality stream or a quality content to provide for the viewers or for your followers, these people will not show up. And even if you build certain community, this community will not grow unless you're working extra and you're working more. Content creation is not for everybody. I would go as far as saying that it's basically being self-employed. Nobody will do the work for you, nobody will plan your day ahead, nobody will plan your stream ahead, or cut your videos if you're a small content creator just like me, because while I'm recording this, I will spend another few hours cutting the video to put it up on YouTube, for example. And that's why I'll come back to what I said. It is an infinite grind, and you really need to understand that before becoming something as a full-time streamer or full-time content creator, you must have this mindset. If you don't have this mindset and you expect Twitch to put you on a discover page, if you have a mindset of every follower giving you a sub donation, don't do this. It's not a platform that is easy. If we think about how many people are creating content right now, even myself, And if we would think of how many viewers there are and how many people would have to cover all the content that there is on the internet, it's basically not possible. So please bear this in mind, that before you start this long journey, unless you're really special, the odds of being discovered as a next huge streamers are really close to zero. So to sum up part 1, it was about understanding the mindset. Number 2, think about everything ahead. We're talking long term and short term. Let's talk about long term first, because this one hurt my channel the most. I'm basically giving you a full experience of what happened with my stream. My mistake was that when I started to stream, I was thinking of streaming locally, so I was streaming to my country. I'm not a native, so basically my country is not an English-speaking country. What happened right there was that I gained a lot of followers, a lot of people started to visit my stream, and then eventually after around 3 months I've decided to switch to English because of some of my personal reasons, and basically that caused a lot of people that didn't speak English to stop visiting my channel. A lot of numbers dropped, especially the viewers and the subs. There were another issues connected to this which still occur, and that is that basically Twitch is not putting me into like recommended channels globally but locally, which is causing a lot of local people coming to the stream where there is an English language and they don't understand, and it's blocking me from growing consistently. However, the biggest mistake was that I was not planning ahead, and again, it's just going back to the first part where you can't blame anything or anybody besides yourself. Since I was not planning ahead, I did this after 3 months, my numbers dropped. Also, when we talk about long-term planning, we're talking about something like, what are the main games that you will be playing on the channel? Is it going to be FPS games or some RPGs, maybe, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons? You want to think about this because basically you're building a community and you want them to understand what they should expect on your channel. And by doing so, you're basically creating a plan for yourself and you're making it pretty much easier for you, not only for the viewers. So that would be a long-term example of planning ahead. Short term. So when we talk about planning short term ahead, we're talking especially about planning for your stream or for your content. Basically, the way I do this is that I think of the stream as I would be watching it from a viewer's perspective, and I would be expecting streamer to do the work of kind of like what is going to be broadcasted and what is going to happen on the stream. I don't want to be asked on the stream as a viewer, what are we going to do next? Are we going to play game A or game B? Are we going to do just chatting? Are we going to search for some YouTube videos to watch, some memes? Think of what you're going to do tonight or this morning or tomorrow on the next stream, because by not doing so, you're not planning ahead. And you're pretty much putting the viewer into uncomfortable situation. Either you're making them decide or you're making them wait. So to sum up part 2, think about everything ahead, short term and long term. Let's go to part 3. This is something that not a lot of streamers get or not a lot of streamers understand. Basically, while you're live and you're attracting followers, viewers, numbers, but every time you go offline, there's no growth. So imagine some of your favorite performers, you see them live, but after the show, they just disappear. And this is something that Twitch or other platforms will not really help you with unless you're making content outside of your streams. Based on this, it is a good idea to consider creating content offline and on other different platforms, for example, TikTok, which is really famous right now, or Instagram. Editing videos is not that difficult, and I think every content creator really needs to understand the basics of editing videos and posting them online. By doing so, you're basically staying engaged with your community even when you're offline. Some people spend more time on different platforms such as TikTok or Instagram. Every time they see you there, it reminds them that their favorite streamer is not only live on Twitch, but they're also on different platforms, and that's another way of growing. So consider this, maybe instead of streaming live for 7 days a week, 5 hours, maybe stream every second day and create some content offline so you combine both. Once you start doing this, you're getting the numbers from different sources. That was part 3 about growing while you're not live. To sum up the video, these are my top 3 takeaways as a streamer, and I think top 3 things to consider before becoming a streamer / content creator full time. Thank you everybody for watching, and if you're still here until now, feel free to like the video if you liked it, feel free to dislike the video, and feel free to comment if you have any other ideas, leave them there, I'll read all of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.